Alright, everybody. Welcome back for another chapter of Dragon Ball Z. Oh, wait. What do you mean this is Toriko?
It's Toriko, Sal. We're here to review Toriko.
But first, watch our live reactions. Okay, I think it's time for the main event. You can already see it here. Monkey King. I don't even. Let's just fucking go. Toriko. Blue Nitro points its fangs at the Monkey King. During Toriko of all friggin' things. So he just slamma-jammed Kaka. Oh. It grabbed him? Really? Fujidama laser? I'm going back. So when he grabbed it, it wasn't like, or he or she, you could see like, it's not even a full body anymore. Just from that. Yeah, like you could see it be bisected, it's like that lower half, and then Bijudama laser destroys what's left of Kaka. I fucking told you guys he was gonna get dusted. But this was something else. And then he just looks at Toriko and just with this fucking grin, like, yep, I just did that shit. Next to the Monkey King's strength, he heard the sound of the thread of a weak, meager, fragile life snapping. Yes, they fucking made it in time. They're not gonna kill him off. As much as I want him to. Yeah, the rest of 100G Mountain, because I'm pretty sure he only destroyed half of it. Oh wow, so Yoon can actually get them all inside of him. Pause. He's all ready. Don't dick tease me. Don't do it. hmm Look, hold on. Look at Zebra's face. What the hell is he doing? Is this thanks to Pear? Like he's able to reach into the back channel? Or something? Fucking shit. Mitsutoshi, you had one job. Not that I ever expected you to do it, but you had one job.
It's that time of the week again. Toriko, Toriko, Toriko. Yes, you heard right. It's Toriko, chapter 317, live reaction. And this, we're going to be getting Blue Nitro versus a 8 King. And just right off the bat, you know it's going to be insane because you have freaking Kaka with that, like, weird, mouth opening that just friggin' screaming Monkey King. And Bambina just giving that, like, friggin' super, like, evil look. Blue Nitro points its fangs at the Monkey King. Oh yeah, this is gonna be amazing. And what? Okay, so Monkey King just starts off by just like friggin' smacking the shit out of Kaka and almost seeming like one shot him, but with the tail. But Kaka grabs on, manages to grab onto the tail, and yo, Bambina just fired something from like a beam cannon from his mouth. And while Kaka screams Monkey King. Oh shit! And the Toriko again, barely able to hang on. Oh, he blew his own tail off by accident. But he grins. I had thought so, but the Monkey King had never shown us his true face as one of the 8 kings. Wow, that's just beastly. But now I'm utterly sure this is the Monkey King's true power. And at the same time, next to the Monkey King's strength, he heard the sound of the thread of a weak, meager, fragile life snapping. Did they not make it in time? Oh my god. Komatsu! Is he? Something's happening. What in the world? Orange Mountain. It's like the Monkey King's attacking just now is making it collapse. Let us inside you. What the hell? No. Harry, make him swallow this pear. Okay, take this. A single drop goes into Komatsu's mouth. Now, take off the bandages. How is he? What about his heart? Still hollow, nothing changed. Komatsu. Go. Doesn't matter what you say. Sorry. Komatsu, it can't be. Did you really come to say goodbye? One last time, Komatsu, come back to us. Komatsu, Komatsu, King. Oh, you hear a gulp. There you go. Komatsu, what's going on? Is taking in Pear. Pear's flowing out the hole in his chest. Or they're actually, it's happening in the scene I saw a bunch of times. Everyone else can see it now, too. What the hell's going on? What is this world? A heart. There's a human heart floating there, and this heart, I've seen them many times before. There's no way to this heart. Know that this heart that hasn't got a shred of beauty and keeps beating non-stop, that incredibly weak, insect-like pulse. No doubt about it. This heart, it's Komatsu's heart. And they all reach out to grab it together. But we can't grab it. It's here. The entrance. Toriko is taking my hand. He puts it through the hole in his chest. And Toriko goes on. And he's able to reach through Pear to grab the heart in this other world and put it back in Komatsu's body. The hole, it disappeared. The hole for his heart, it got plugged. And you see Komatsu, like, a little blood, but he's waking up, like, violently. Like, oh, they. I'm starved. So he wakes up, of course, very, very hungry. They were already crying. The sound of the stomach is the sound of life. Komatsu is back. So damn. So, first half of the chapter just, oh my god, Bambina just obliterating Kaka with powers we haven't even seen before. And then you have the second half, which is the tense, life and death struggle to revive Komatsu. So it's, damn, this is, well, you're just gonna have to wait for the review to find out the rest of my thoughts. See you guys for the review.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed my live reaction and Don's live
Our
reaction.
live reaction!
And I took care of Sal, don't worry about him.
Yay!
So, let's get to this first half of Toriko first. Or should we start with the shit half and then get to the hype half?
No. We'll do the hype one last. So, the shit part.
Yeah, let's get to the shit part.
Bambina versus Kaka. The shit part.
Yes, there you go.
Anyway, the first half was basically felt like an episode of DBZ. Because you have friggin', a power, like the tail swipe, and then, Kaka tries to go, grabs the tail, tries to go in again, and actually do something, and then Bambino, with no regards to the safety of his tail, just blasts him with a friggin' what looked like a DBZ key blast from his mouth. Like, brutal.
And even when he's bisected, he can talk, Kaka, or she, or it. Doesn't matter now. It's nothing anymore.
It's just obliterated. Just gone.
But yeah, it's like the tail swipe, it like bisected him almost, and then it was like the lower half grabbed the tail. Nope. Done. That was...
No,
it was sick.
It didn't bisect it. It were like, because you could clearly see that at the bottom of the page after the tail swipe that its body is still intact because she's grabbing on with both legs and both arms.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. It looks like it in that it's weird.
First panel, but like I said, it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah. It's gone.
It's nothing now.
And which brings up a startling revelation in Toriko's mind. They were outmatched by Bambina, and that wasn't even his full power.
He was holding back big time against the Heavenly Kings.
Which is insane. But before he has any time to dwell on it, they can hear the sound of life snapping. And we get to the main meat of the chapter.
Yes, the shit part of the chapter. Oh, I'm sorry, the hype part of the chapter.
Well, of course, because that's what they want everyone to be hyped about. Is, oh my god, is Komatsu gonna die? Is Komatsu gonna die? Is he gonna die? No.
Of course not.
And here's some other things. There's your thing. Like, all right, before we go immediately go to Komatsu. Is the 100 Tree Mountains collapsing even further as a result of the attack, and Union sucks up the 4 Heavenly Kings so they can go inside and deal with Komatsu.
Yeah, I didn't realize he could really go that far with being a camping monster. That was nice.
It's nice, but it's like,
when, you know. I don't know
why?
when and why,
How
how.
and when?
I know.
It's, and, they let one drop of pear go into Komatsu, and then things get even weirder. Well, because honestly, I don't think the four Heavenly Kings on their own could cry or would cry even in this situation. Which is why I'm glad they had the Hunt Ricos did their thing, because because they're crying for the scene.
Right.
Because you have, especially, and it has before you even finish, because you see, even after he's eaten pear, at first he still has the hole in his chest, and you have Coco, who's still crying from the Sundricos, talking about, oh, Komatsu's electromagnetic waves are,
Hmm.
and then he gets cut off. Toriko yells at him, and he's like, wait a minute, was that actually you saying goodbye earlier? And then he grabs Komatsu's hand and yells at him some more, cries on him, and then you hear Matsu, which is, Sunny's thing, and then Kid, which is Zebra's thing,
Hmm.
and then a gulp, and a flash of light, and then a pool of pear appears in his chest. Like, what? And what makes even less sense is that they're able to use that as a portal to the other, what was it, the back channel,
Uh-huh.
to grab his heart that's in the back channel and basically pull it back into his chest.
Yeah, that was a little weird. Okay, a little weird. It was a little more than a little
A
weird.
lot
For
weird.
Toriko standards, it was a little weird.
Oh yeah, because at one point Toriko puts nearly his entire arm, like it literally goes halfway up his upper arm. Like if you look at
Yeah.
it, it's halfway, like it goes past his elbow and even goes nearly to the shoulder.
Hmm.
Like he put the talk about fisting.
Yeah.
Komatsu just got fisted by Toriko's massive arm,
Big time.
and then he just pulls it back up into Komatsu, the heart back into Komatsu, and it's like flash of light, and he's all better now. He violently sits up, and he's like, "Oh, I'm hungry."
Uh-huh.
Like gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. I'm hungry, and everyone's like in rejoice, crying tears of joy if they were actually crying if they weren't already crying because of the Sunderico.
Hmm.
And then it just ends off with the little notation saying that the sound of the stomach is the sound of life. Komatsu is back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Fuck. I mean, I didn't expect anything otherwise, but it still sucks.
yeah, I know, because just in case you guys still don't know, Strider wanted Komatsu to die.
Yeah, I mean, just watch my part of the last review. I literally said my reason. Like, I took like a couple minutes on that, but
So,
just to reiterate. But
but
yeah,
but with Kaka gone, Bambina probably resuming his happy dance. We next chapter is going to be the group eating of pear,
yep.
most likely.
Or Bambina eats his own nuts.
No, knowing the Four Heavenly King's food luck, the group eating of pear might include the Monkey King eating pear as
It
well.
will. He's eating his own
Remember,
nuts.
guys. Remember, guys. If this actually happens, you can tell people, "Hey, look, the Mystic Forum called it first."
Hmm. Yes, we always fucking call everything though.
Oh my
We're,
god.
we are like soothsayers, and not just regular soothsayers, mystic soothsayers.
So, it's definitely am interested to see what effect pear will have on the Four Heavenly King's bodies. I mean, obviously Toriko's arm is probably going to pop out like friggin' Piccolo at the beginning of DBZ.
Mm-hmm.
Just unless it goes even weirder and Toriko's cells like reach out the hundreds of miles and just grabs the arm that's sitting there, probably half rotted,
Oh my gosh.
and then like pulls it back like a friggin'
I don't know. Get
so
over here.
they'll be like, "Bitch, get over here."
That wouldn't be. I mean, that would be even weird for Toriko standards, but not outside the realm of possibility for it.
No, I mean we just look at the what the ingredient was. This arc, the friggin' pear was being monkey nuts, and and then apparently the one that, and if I'm not mistaken, I remember I think it was not last week's, but the week before that, where we talked about how apparently the one that Coco's going after is what I think the drink,
The drink, yeah.
and it's apparently been stated in the manga that it's near it's apparently been said to be near a fever road, and that it's a possibility that that's crow snot.
Yeah.
Since so it's like, which isn't even that weird when you compare it to this though. It's just monkey balls takes the cake.
Yeah.
Like from here on out, it can't get any weirder.
Yeah.
It'll get weird. It'll definitely get weird, but it won't get any weirder because, the other ingredients, aren't necessarily, because they're not liquids, other than the soup and the drink, since they're not liquids per se, then there's not then that means that they don't have to be a part of the body of the Eight King.
Right.
So, whereas if they are liquids, they're more likely.
Yeah.
So, who knows what's going to be the other ones are going to be? Because, like I said, you have the other courses like the fish dish, you got the meat dish, and then whatever the hell God is. Because it's the main dish, but all we know is that it's God and that it's the ultimate ingredient.
Yep.
That's it. We don't know even if it's like a meat, if it's a fish, if it's a soup, if it's like we don't know what the hell what it's like. Is it a fruit, a vegetable? What is it?
I don't think we'll ever know until it actually hits.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying is that
I know.
he's definitely we know for a fact that all of Akashia's full course are going to be insanely odd ingredients.
Yeah.
How odd they are will vary from ingredient to ingredient. I mean,
Air wasn't that weird, so.
Air was, as I said, it was odd, but it wasn't too odd.
No.
But they're going to be like, whereas, Air was probably based on what we know so far on the ingredients about the other courses ingredients is probably going to be the least weird.
Probably.
Whereas Mitsutoshi then decided to throw the most weird at us next, which is Pear. And we're probably going to go in between the two in terms of weirdness for the rest of them.
Mitsutoshi, if you have an assistant that speaks English that watches this, don't get any fucking ideas. No.
Yeah.
Like, oh, challenge accepted. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna
make friggin' Adam, which Adam's the drink, right?
Yeah.
Adam the drink. It's not going to be, crow snot. It's going to be friggin', diarrhea.
It's like one of these, like, I don't know, like one of these like Earth or something. They have to like have sex or something that just something fucking crazy. Like you have to like pleasure it to the point of it, like just like I don't know.
Well, no. For well, no, because Earth isn't that what Coco? No, Sunny's going after.
Yeah.
That's the dessert. So maybe, well, and it's going to be most likely theorized to be guarded by the mother snake. So maybe you freaking have to. Maybe it's like something. Maybe it's like friggin' snake eggs, which isn't really that weird.
Hmm.
But to prepare it, you have to do something weird and possibly sexual with the snake.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just Mitsutoshi. It's the process of, it's this whole thing about this arc and this particular ingredient that just screams weirdness and bizarreness, and it worries us because is he going to try and top himself in terms of weirdness, or is this going to be as weird as it gets?
Like the meat dish, you have to like suck something someone off.
No. The meat dish itself isn't what you is what you have. Is the cock.
You have to suck it off in order for it to be
No,
prepared.
no. He doesn't. No, he has not. He doesn't have to suck it off. They have to make sure it becomes fully erect,
That's all.
which means, and it's probably going to be on some like massive beast. So they won't. So they'll have to get the black, as King of Lightning says, the four heavenly kings black power fist to jerk it off.
It's like Daruth or whatever, the dragon.
The dragon?
Yeah.
Oh, giant dragon dick.
That would be so bad.
Oh boy! Wow! Please don't please, if you're watching this, Mitsutoshi, or don't get any ideas. Please don't.
Please don't. It's funny. It's funny now, but if it's actually implemented, it'll just be weird.
Which is why we thought it was funny if Pear was Bambina's sperm
Mm-hmm.
back a while ago. But no, you decided I'm going to make it his balls, which essentially is his sperm.
Close enough.
Close enough. Because, yeah, it's just, really?
I don't know.
But like I said, the most interesting thing is going to be what will Pear do for the four heavenly kings? Not just in terms of restoring their energy from the battle and restoring Toriko's arm, but physically, because based on what we know, each ingredient, and this was something else I predicted in the podcast, was that each ingredient is going to give them an advantage in the next area, because they couldn't get Pear unless they had air,
Right.
had eaten air. So whatever Pear's going to do for them, which we're going to find out most likely in the next chapter, because they're going to eat it in the next chapter, will give us a hint as to what the challenge will be in the next area.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of the environment.
Right.
Like, it could tell us that maybe Pear, with its healing properties, might somehow be maybe Pear will, slow their aging down or something. Because remember how they said there was, jokingly, I guess, at one point, saying that how there's a place in the gourmet world where you age like 1,000 times faster than normal?
Mm-hmm.
What if that's what Pear's going to do for them? Like, what if Pear's... Because, I mean, I know they just said that kind of, like, offhand, but Mitsutoshi would do something like that.
True.
Like, because what else could Pear do? Because, like I said, we have to know what it does physically for their bodies. Because air, it caused their skin to be able to actually respirate and increase their oxygen intake, which not only increase their healing, but allows them to go some time without breathing, needing oxygen.
Increase their vision too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
So
think Pear. It was stated that it has really good regenerative abilities, like for like organs and shit. So I'm guessing that's gonna be a big thing.
In the next arc, which could have something to do with something which means that whatever is going to be the challenge environmentally in the next area means that it's going to have something to do that'll require you to be able to regenerate faster than normal. which their regeneration was already increased by the fact of air.
Right.
So air with pair together will exponentially increase their regenerative capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
And this might actually be necessary. Now, this might be a little far fetched, but might actually be necessary based on just the OP-ness of the Toriko verse. It could be on like the level of like, you know, how with Piccolo and Cell from DBZ.
Mm-hmm.
Like it might be
Cellular.
on it might be that level.
On the cellular level.
I'm,
That would be interesting.
I'm not I'm not gonna go as far as Majin Buu because Majin Buu came back from smoke.
Yeah, like molecular level is too much.
It would be too much. But being able to regenerate from a singular cell might be necessary for the Toriko verse.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if this is the second time both arcs Toriko went up against one of the eight kings and got body parts blown off.
Yeah.
Like the last arc, his body was nearly blown in half, completely in half
By breath.
by Brett. This time, he arm wrestled an eight king and lost an arm.
Mm-hmm.
So he needs. Honestly, this is what he's gonna at this point. If he's gonna keep getting blown up, body parts blown off by the eight kings, he's gonna need to be able to regenerate. And I think the combination of air and pair is gonna do that for him,
Mm-hmm.
as well as the other eight kings, of course. But despite all the regenerative capabilities that Zebra will gain, he'll still have that weird disfiguration in his face
Yeah.
for some odd reason, which I don't even think they ever explained. Because I think he had that since birth.
I don't think so. I don't remember. Like, I don't know if that was. If I remember correctly, he got that as a result of the fight with Tepe and Yosaku. I don't remember. Maybe. I don't know. Another time.
Yeah, that's definitely it. It's definitely going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, though.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that'll be it. The Toriko chapter. I mean, as I said, the first part was awesome. I loved it. I called that Kako was gonna get dusted, and of course, the second half was not awesome. But you knew that from my live reaction, so
Mm-hmm.